Okay, I'm going to have a go at solving today's Cryptic Crossword from The Guardian, number 29501 by Yank. It's not a setter I know particularly well, but let's have a go. Look at the cross clues first. So I'm going to go through them all. So, one across. Following end of address, enchanted girl returns swiftly. So, my first thought is that it's a word for swiftly that begins with S, because S is the last letter of address. Enchanted girl returns. Return suggests that it might be something backwards. So maybe a word for an enchanted girl, bewitched, a witch, going backwards. Nothing leaping to mind there. Let's carry on. Virtuoso, transposed arietas, dropping intro. So just looking at that, arietas is 8 letters. The answer is 7 letters. So arietas dropping intro. If you take the first letter away from arietas, you've got 7 letters, R-I-E-T-T-A-S. Transposed would suggest it might be an anagram of that. So a word for a virtuoso using those letters. We can use this anagram helper here, and we put those in, R-I-E-T-T-A-S. Shuffle them around. Artiste. There we go. Right, let's do all the across ones. Old Yanks escaping from blind alley. So Yank is the setter of this crossword. So Yank could be me or I, or Yank apostrophe S could mean Yank is, meaning it could be I'm, I apostrophe M, or yeah, I'm. Or it could be mine. Yanks is mine. Escaping from blind alley. Old. It's probably O. So maybe a word for an alley which begins with O and has the letters I and M escaping from a word from blind, maybe. Come back to that when we've got some more help. 10 across. Get several opinions of scar, question mark. Scar is kind of ask, maybe, because that gets ask is an anagram of scar. You've got a question mark there which suggests it's some sort of clever answer. So it could be ask something, and this could be like a clever clue, like ask again, ask. Okay, we'll come back to that, but we'll just put, if that is a K, that'd be quite useful for that 5 down. We'll come back to that. 11 across. Kinky hairstyle takes Go-Go's leader far. 5, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You've got possibly an anagram of hairstyle and with a G for Go-Go's, meaning far. So you've got hairstyle and G. See. No, there's only one H. Light. Maybe not. Okay, let's carry on. Skin complaint of Cockney lithographer. Acne? Why would hackney? Cockney usually means a word that begins with an H and you drop the H. So like haven't becoming haven't. But is hackney a lithographer? Lithographer. other skin complaints are there? Oh, hives are a skin complaint. If you take the H, it would be Ives. So is Ives a lithographer? So we're going to have a look. Let's see. Ives lithographer. Let's see if that is such a thing. James Merritt Ives, an American lithographer and bookkeeper. So there we are. So that's Ives. 14 across. Street performer who produces liver pate. 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only 9 letters in liver pate, and the answer is 12 letters. Street performer. Break dancer. Dancer's only 6 letters. Right, let's carry on. Sexy great tit, flying way out. Could be an anagram of sexy great tit, meaning way out. Sexy great tit is 12 letters. The answer is this, so meaning way out. Something exit, something. EXIT leaves. Let's do this. Sexy great tit. Great tit. Exit strategy. Good. Sit alongside big brass that's left leaning. Big could just be B, I think. Sit alongside. Left leaning might mean something going from right to left, so a word going backwards. Maybe. Not so sure about that. 22. Expert on ports. 90. Stripped in embrace of profligate spender. Port can be left, as in the side of a boat. 90 is probably XC, as in the Roman numeral. But maybe not, that's quite an unusual. Profligate spender. Profligate could mean an anagram word, so an anagram of spender, which is 7 letters, will leave you 3 other letters. It's proving trickier than your normal Monday fare. After banishing corrupt cop, secret police ransacked Midlands town. So could it be an anagram of secret police with cop taken out? 1, 2, 3. I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes. So that looks like Leicester to me. If you take C-O-P out of there, you've got L-E-I-C-E-S-T-E-R. Yes. Midlands town. 26 across. Old English characters annoyance. O. Old can be O. English can be E. Character could be a letter. Greek letter sometimes. Meaning annoyance. Or thorn is an Old English character. It's like what looks like a Y in ye olde what's it, but it's actually it's a th sound, thorn. So it looks like ye, but it's actually the. And then a thorn in your side is an annoyance. I cry aloud, then check out. So aloud might mean it's like a sounds like clue. So it could be I scream, for instance. So ice cream. The pudding could be I cry aloud, I scream. But obviously it's not 7 letters and it's 2 words. So it's not that. But check out. It could be like leaving a hotel or a booking or finishing in a darts match. Nope, nothing leaping to me here. Screw that will be ready for use. Or for use. Employ. No. Okay, let's do some down clues here, because those might help. 1 down. Horrifies a setter's herd. A setter's herd. The setter is Yank, so it could be that. A Yanks. Horrifies. Scares. Why? Oh, it might be the name of a different crossword setter. And it sounds like. Appalls. So that's an in-joke for Guardian crossword fans. So Paul. Is that how you spell appalls, or is it A-P-A? My spelling's terrible. A-P-A. Appalls? Oh. Can you have appalls with 1 L? And 2 P's? Yes. Embarrassing. Still, at least I'm not going to be putting this online or anything. Okay, so Paul. Yeah, so Paul is a Guardian crossword setter. So here it says Yank. Sometimes it'll say Paul because he's a favourite setter of a lot of people in the Guardian, because he writes quite clever and funny, sometimes a little bit cheeky, racy clues. And so here you've got a sounds like herd suggests that it's a setter's herd. So a Paul's, Paul apostrophe S. If you hear someone say appalls, it sounds the same as appalls, as in horrified. Horrifies. Hope that makes sense. Wild Eagles dramatist. So it looks like an anagram of eagles being a dramatist. Seagull? Don't think so. Is that a dramatist? No. George Seagull, an American actor, yeah, no. Steven Seagal as well, but that's not. Okay, come back to that. Big fat cube. 5-5. No idea. Old enough for cigarette in Old England. Okay, so Old England is OE separately. So O can represent the word old and E can represent the word England. These are all like official abbreviations. You can look in the Collins dictionary for them, and they will tell you that. And so the clue is old enough. The definition of the answer is old enough, which is of age. So always with these clues, almost always, you get a definition, which is either the beginning or the end of the clue, and then words that describe the way that you might create the letters to make that word. And so old enough is of age. So if I put that in, then you've got OE for Old England. And then inside that, you've got fag, which is a slang word for a cigarette. So that looks good for our ask something there. Let's have a look at 5 down now. This is the other. Cabinet maker said to turn conservative. Said to turn conservative might be, it sounds like, something, as an Arkwright, as in the surname Arkwright. Is that someone who makes cabinets? Yeah, turn conservative, right. So if you arc in a certain direction, you're turning, and right is conservative, politically speaking. And it sounds like Arkwright. So let's just double check that an Arkwright is a cabinet maker. I didn't know that. There's a book by someone called, maybe John Arkwright is a famous cabinet maker. Yeah. Arkwright, early English name for cabinet maker, from arc, the old name for cabinet, and right. So it's quite interesting that there's a bit of nominative determinism here. There's someone who's written a book of making of various articles of furniture called John Arkwright. Anyway, so that's good. So this is definitely ask something. I think these ones will help us get the second half. So run in reverse, battery, perhaps. So maybe a word backwards, maybe it means run. If you put a word that means run, that if you do it backwards might mean battery, which could be a cell. Battery could be like hitting someone, or like a barrage of shells, or come back to that. This one looks useful. We've got a V in a very useful place here because we've got two words, 4-4. Animated videos about American method of cooking. I think that's sous vide. Sous vide is a method of cooking. Yeah, you've got an anagram of videos. So we've got videos about American, and US is an abbreviation meaning American. You might have, in a dictionary, like the American meaning of something, it would put brackets US. So ask around. Ask around would fit. Get several opinions. Yes. And so the fact is a question mark, it's like a reverse clue. This is like, so it's basically saying scar would be the answer if the clue was ask around, like around meaning an anagram of ask, giving you scar. Hope that makes sense. So what about this? 6 down, run in reverse, battery perhaps. So it could be run can just be R. I think it's a cricket abbreviation. In reverse, so in a word for reverse perhaps. Or in a 3-letter word meaning battery going backwards. God, it's a bit tricky. Well, let's have a look at this one. End something maybe. Consumers' revolting rudeness. Yes. So a consumer or consumers are end users. And you've got an anagram here. Revolting is a word meaning anagram here. An anagram of rudeness is end users. Let's have a little look at these across clues that we've got a bit of extra help with now. Kinky hairstyle takes Go-Go's leader far. So it could still be that anagram we were looking at, hairstyle with G. Let's see. Hasty leg. What could that be? Light. Light years. Light years means a light year is a measure of distance. It's how far it takes light to travel a year, and that's a very long way. So light years is very far. What about this? Street performer. Ah, yes. Very nice. So I got this by thinking what words might fit in here. And the word grinder popped into my head. Organ grinder. Well, actually, grounder was the first thing that came in there, but it doesn't. Then I realised it didn't fit, and I thought, oh, grinder. And organ, something that you might need to produce liver pate, would be some equipment for grinding the liver up, and liver is an organ, so an organ grinder. It's got a question mark again because it's a joke. He produces pate with an organ grinder, and an organ grinder is a street performer. This looks like it might be air something. 15 down. Air rifle, perhaps, a weapon. Governess publicised crack pilots. Not air rifle, air pistol. Ah, yes, okay, so crack pilots, you've got an anagram of pistol there. Governess publicised. Why is that air? Got pistol. Could be anything other pistol, any other type of pistol. I'm sure. I don't think so. I wonder why that's right. We'll come back to that. 16 down. B something. Former president cried some nerve. Oh. So I got this just by going, I was thinking, what letters could there be before that? And I went A, B, C, D, and I got there and duh. I thought, maybe a French president. And the only French president I can think of, it's the other way around, isn't it? A, U, is President de Gaulle. And if a French person was to cry out, he's got some nerve, he might say, oh, he has de Gaulle. Some nerve. Quite a clever clue. I'm just going to check that's the right spelling. Looks funny. De Gaulle. Yeah, there we are. Charles de Gaulle. Okay, good. Let's get these across ones. 24. Sit alongside big brass that's left leaning. Still no further clues on that. I cry aloud, then check out. All right, let's have a look at this. 17 down. Worthless item we carving. Now I'm assuming this is a typo. Brackets 8, brackets 8. I think it should just be that. Perhaps. That's very strange. Okay, let's go 13 down. Circus star Quasimodo, question mark. So, Quasimodo was the hunchback of Notre Dame who used to ring the bells in Notre Dame, and the circus star, the guy who runs the show, is the ringmaster. So Quasimodo, you could say, was a ringmaster because he rang the bells. High profligate spender, high roller, high baller, something like that. Not sure about that. Let's have a look at this one. Busy group appropriately, exclamation mark, aboard ship. Now, usually when you see ship, it's SS, as in the SS Great Britain steamship. But SS is often what ship means, and if it says aboard ship, it might well be something that begins with S and ends with S. So it might be a word, two-word phrase meaning busy. So something. Nope. Okay, 20 down. Spirits, trademark, unknown. Unknown is often X, Y, or Z because they're used in maths problems. So if it's the last letter, so it could be a word for a trademark followed by the letter Y or X, meaning a spirit. So trademark, brand, brandy. So you've got brand for the trademark, Y for the unknown, and brandy is a spirit. Screw, that will be ready for use or for use. Screw can be a Oh, let's look at this one again now. It ends in O. Following end of address. Ah, so maybe it begins. Maybe I was thinking it began with S, being the end, but that has the word address has two ends, one of which is A. So it could be a musical term meaning swiftly, like agitato or allegro. Allegro. Why would it be either of those? Agitato. Following end of address. Enchanted girl. Swiftly. No. Doesn't really mean swiftly, musical term. Don't think that's right. Let's have a look at this one down here. Big fat cube. I mean, that could be great, which would go with allegro. Great. Gross. Is great gross a number? A gross. A gross is a cube. Gross is 144, which is 12 cubed. Is it great? I mean, great gross could mean big, but I wonder if great gross is a... Ah, there we go. Great gross, which sounds like 1,728, which I imagine is 1,444 times 12. Ah, yeah, of course, 144 isn't a cube, it's a square. But 12 cubed is a great gross, which is 1,728. So great gross is a cube, because it's a cubed, it's a number, it's 12 cubed, it's a cube. Big is great, fat is gross. So that's looking good for allegro, which would mean this one would begin with L. Wild Eagles, our dramatist. So if that began with L, we've got Le Sage. Is he or she a dramatist? Le Sage. Alain René Lesage, who's a French novelist and dramatist. Wow, I have never heard of him. Best known for his comic novel Le Diable Boiteux, The Devil Upon Two Sticks. Who knew? That is pretty esoteric for a Monday morning, I would say. Okay, old could be passé, couldn't it? So why is that right? Yanks escaping from blind alley. Passage. Passy. Piss. I'm sure that's right, but why is it right? It's the word P-A-I, piss. Is that a blind alley? No. Panis, no. Passy. Passage. Blind. I think there's a word here that I just don't know. Certainly looks like Allegro, doesn't it? But why is that right? So there's a few there, I don't know why they're right. Passé, if it's right. Following end of address, A. Enchanted girl returns. Orgel. Is that a word? An orgel. Is that an enchanted? Just making words up now. It's amazing how often you discover words you never knew this way, but that ain't right. Going to have to resort to 15 squared soon, which is a really useful website for explaining why clues are right when you get stuck. What could this be? Run in reverse. Battery, perhaps. Hit, no. That's one. Character, oh, I haven't looked at this. Character travelling north in temperate zone. There's usually a running clue. Yes, there we go. So, as it's a down clue, travelling north suggests it going backwards. And if you look in here, going backwards inside temperate zone, you see Z-E-T-A. Zeta, which is character in the Greek alphabet. That's where that is. Yeah, and in The Guardian, there's normally one of those clues, at least one in every crossword. So somewhere it can quite often be one of the first ones you find. I cry aloud, then check out. I'm trying to think of things that fit there. Entrail. Exclaim. It's crying aloud, isn't it? But obviously, I think it's got the right letters, but not in the right order. Squeal is to cry aloud. Let's have a look at this one here. Expert on ports 90, stripped in embrace of profligate splendor. Spender. Profligate spender. It could be, I don't know, an expert on ports. Something master. That would be a T there. We're 19 down. Busy. Wait a minute. Here we go. Hang on. Right. Sorry, I started thinking about this one, and let me explain my thinking. 90 stripped. So if you took the word 90 stripped, i.e. take its outer clothing off, if you like, the N and the Y, it gives you INE. And INET. And then if you put a profligate spender on the outside of that, a waster, you get a wine taster who is an expert, is someone who's an expert on ports, on different types of port. Bit of a cheeky one, that. So, wish you, that's another one we haven't looked at yet. Wish you hadn't decapitated bird. Yes. So if you wish you hadn't done something, you regret it. And if you decapitate the word regret, you take the first letter off it, chop the top off, you get egret, which is a type of bird. Like a little heron. 28. Screw can be turn. That will be ready. What about this? Busy at something. Busy group appropriately. So maybe appropriately, maybe there's a sort of, use the word group and there's something appropriate in that they might be aboard a ship, like a crew or a rope. I'm looking at this worthless item one now, and it's got we, and I can't get the word piddling out of my head now. We carving? Piddling? That would be a G. I mean, it might end in ing anyway, since you've got carving, which ends in ing. So this, if this was a G here, what would this be? I cry aloud. Weep. Ingrail. What goes between E and G? Edge. Double egg, double G. Elg. M or eng. Eng. No. Tricky. What about this 21 across beginning with A? Sit alongside. Big. Brass. That's left leaning. Worthless item, we carving. At work is busy. Ark is a ship. So you've got A and RK. Oops, hello. Ark. Group. 2 is a group, and if 2 is on board an ark, it's appropriate because the animals came 2 by 2 onto the ark. It's quite clever, clue that. At busy, so busy is at work. A group is 2 on aboard a ship, which is an ark. There's twice we've got ark in this, ark right, and that's quite interesting. And it's appropriate because there's 2 of them. So what about this? Turnkey? What else could it be? Screw is another word for propeller. Can't see anything other than turnkey that fits there, but is that even a word? higher key. Run. If you sit alongside something, you abut it. Yes. So if you sit alongside, if something sits alongside something else, it is abutting, abut. And like I said earlier, this is going left leaning means read it from right to left, you get tuba, which is a big brass instrument, big brass. So that's good. That eliminates piddling, but maybe urine is in there. And that's what it is. So a fig is something that's worthless, as in I couldn't give a fig for that. Wee is urine. Worthless item is a fig. Urine is wee. And a figurine is a carving. So right. Okay. Yeah. So I cry. You might say I bawl, like I'm bawling my eyes out. And if you said I bawl out loud, you might hear eyeball. Oops, that's gone wrong. Eyeball. And if you check someone out, you eyeball them. So that's why that is right. Eyeball. Check it out. Turnkey. Oh. This has gone wrong. Egret. Still right though. Just can't see what other word will fit there. Something like an adverb ending KLY. Ready for use. Ready for use. So it will be ready. Use. Exploit. Okay, I'm going to just go through letters here now. So T-A-R, if it was an A there, you have tear is a word. Tear, T-A-R-E. Tarn. Is that be right? Tarp. Short for tarpaulin. Tars. Tart. Could be a word that means perhaps. It's going to have to, I think, unless it means run. None of the words beginning with T-A-R seem to be useful. T-E-R? Are there any words? It could be battery, perhaps. Could be a word for battery. A sort of word that might mean battery. So T-E-R, turn, T-E-R-N is a word. Well, turd has jumped out at me now, T-U-R-D. Let's go back to T-E-R. Turf, T-U-R-F. Term, T-E-R-M. Turn, okay. Okay, A-E-I, T-I-R. Tire, T-I-R-E. No, what about O? Tor. Torah. Tor, T-O-R-E. Talk. I think that's how you spell it. Torah. Taught. Legal stuff. Tory. No. What about turn? Turf. Turf. Turl. Turn. Okay, well, I think probably found the word, but I don't know why it's right. So what I'm going to do is reveal it. Taught. Okay, we did have it. So why is that right? Run in reverse. Trot. Why is taught battery though? So trot backwards. But battery, like taught, I thought taught was like the study of legal ethics or something. Let's see. Let's see why it's right. Act or omission that gives rise to the injury or harm of another and amounts to a civil wrong. Oh, okay. For which courts impose liability. In the context of torts, injury describes the invasion of any legal right. Okay, so it's not quite what I thought it was. Whereas harm describes loss or detriment. So battery is a type of tort. Is that what that means then? Tort law. Battery is an intentional tort. When a person intentionally causes harmful or offensive contact with another person, the act is battery. So it is a tort. Well, there we are. Every day's a school day. What about this one? All right, I'm gonna. It is turnkey. So why is that right? Oh, fuck. Pardon my French. A turnkey is someone who works in a prison, someone who locks the cells. So that's a screw. A screw is another word for someone who is a prison guard. But I don't know why it's that will be ready for use. Okay, I'm now going to go to this website, 15 squared, and we're going to ask it to help us explain. Here we are, today's Yank Allegro. Okay, this is one of the ones we didn't get. Following the end of address. So org, the end of some website addresses. Oh wow, as in .org. Ella is an enchanted girl in the movie Ella Enchanted. Wow. So you've got .org followed by Ella giving you Allegro, which doesn't literally mean swiftly. It sort of means happily, I think. Anyway, we've got all the rest of the passe. So I'm pass. So I was on the right track there. So I'm Yanks is I'm because Yank was the setter. And an impasse is a blind alley. You take that away and you get passe. We've got all these. Wine taster, thorn, turnkey. Yeah, double definition. Oh, well, hang on. Ready for use. Turnkey. It says a double definition. So it means that turnkey means ready for use. I've never heard that expression. We'll look that up in a second. Lesage, we've got all this. Of age, yes, Arkwright taught. Oh, that's annoying, isn't it? Is that all of them? Were there any others we didn't know why it was right? Oh. Ah. Okay. Governess publicised. I wasn't sure why it was air pistol. Governess, as in Jane Eyre. She was a governess. Publicised, i.e. said aloud. So it's like a, sounds like oral wordplay, as it says here. Air, and then anagram of pilots. We've got that. The rest of those, I think we worked out. So there you go. Turnkey, meaning ready for use. So let's have a look. Turnkey. Definition. Oh. A jailer. Adjective. Of or involving the provision of a complete product or service that is ready for immediate use. Turnkey systems for telecommunication customers. I have never heard of that. So there you have it. That was a little bit harder than I was expecting it to be. But thank you for joining me, and I'll have another go, another one of these. You never know, maybe tomorrow, depending if I've got time. But I'm going to check out and say goodbye for now.